They're coming to get you, Barbara.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
We have such sights to show you.
Who's laughing now?
I'll drive you crazy. I'll kill you all. I'll be the nightmare you ever had. I am your worst dream come true. I'm everything you ever were afraid of.
They're here.
Here
Woo.
indeed. Oh my
We're
gosh. Hello everybody. You know,
Hi, everybody.
What's irritating though is that we didn't pop up. It did not show us live, so I'm barely getting to share now because I was waiting.
Oh, that's okay. Let's take a second and share, because I didn't get a chance to really share either. And while I'm doing that, I'm actually going to explain, you guys. I know you see these bruises. Don't freak out. Peanut's beating me. I'm not, there's no domestic violence happening. I started pole classes, which have been really fun. I've been doing that for the last month. So September, while we were gone, I've been trying to learn how to swing around on a pole. What else have I been doing? Just taking some time for myself, really.
Is important. You got to do that from time to time.
Yeah. So yeah, just doing stuff and things and
got to do both.
Yeah, I'm ready to come back with some horror and some aliens and some weird shit though. I missed everybody.
Actually, that's perfect too, because that's exactly what today is horror and aliens and weird shit, because no one will save you is all of that mixed into one.
Exactly. It's crazy. Before we get into it, I want to say I personally think that it could have been a short film. I don't think that they had to go the full depth that they did. I think they could have got away with just a few scenes to kind of get the point across. But yeah, I don't know.
I loved this movie. I actually really liked it. I enjoyed it. I think that it's exactly what it should. I like the full length. It's only 90 minutes, so it's not like what movies are today, usually like 2 hours, 15 minutes and stuff, which is like a little too long sometimes. I think this one was could have been a little bit shorter, but I wouldn't have gone under 80 minutes. I liked 99% of what I saw. I enjoyed the actor, the actress, and the supporting cast, which was very limited because there was no dialogue other than like one line.
Right. Yeah. And I'm going to spoil it. And by the way, always spoilers when we do movie reviews.
Yes.
The only thing that she says in this entire film besides is I'm sorry, Maud, and we'll get into that. But yeah, those were the only only words I believe ever spoken in this film.
Just I'm sorry. Yeah.
Wait, more aliens. What film are you watching?
You didn't get that you didn't get that vibe off these aliens, that they weren't prostitute aliens? 100% prostitutes. There's a couple of things that I think were just creative that they make sense, but they also like don't make any sense.
Okay.
like we got to go in like little by little because we got to start with our main character, Bryn, who is by herself in this really beautiful house, which is only explained that she can afford it because her mom left it to her. Because there's no way you can afford that house by yourself anymore. Hey, Lorenzo, what's up? What's up, brother? It is a great little city, little town she's in. Very peaceful, but everyone's kind of a dick to her, and they don't say why right off the bat. I think she's just weird.
Right. Yeah. But, my first thought was that she is just weird because you see in the beginning, she's, and this actually makes sense, and it's referenced later at the end of the film, but she's dancing by herself, which is weird. And she's got like these little footprints on the floor, like for her like follow. And you know what's weird? I thought this film was set in like 1940s or something at first. And then in like the modern stuff, like the little station wagon she drives, and I'm like, oh, that's weird.
What do you call it? Yeah, I mean, her whole persona, like her style is definitely like stuck in the past because I think she's been for so friggin' long.
You know what? That does make sense. Like the whole like the reference of it. That's not the right word to use. Not reference, but basically like her living in the past. It does make sense for dressing like that and her home being old school, and like you don't know that she's modern until she gets around other people, and then it's like, oh, it does kind of set the stage to prove that she is living in past.
And it's all of her not being able to move forward. Like that's the entire like underlying theme of the movie, which is kind of beautiful because I think a lot of people are like that, and it's hard. It's hard to let go of certain things, and it's even harder when your house gets broken into by a pack of aliens that you don't understand.
With weird feet.
With weird ass feet, and like one's too big, one's too small, one's just the right size. It was very weird. I will say that in the nicest sense, because they were generic, but not generic at all aliens, if that makes sense. There was familiar. Like look at Lauren's shirt right now. Look at the face. That is an alien face, but imagine adding some detail to it and some other characteristics that would make it their own, but not unfamiliar. So I liked that. It wasn't like they were reinventing the wheel, but they weren't just going for the obvious. It definitely wasn't some dude in a suit kind of thing, which is always good. And the ships themselves were very generic, but the ships weren't really the focus either. The focus was
I was kind of concerned about, like, are they going to do the typical thing that they do in films where they show the creature at the very end? But no, right off the bat, they're like, this is what they look like, this is what they're doing, and this is what it is. And, I actually kind of like that.
Yeah.
Because it's not like your typical, like, oh, well, we know we're going to have to wait till the end of the movie to see what it looks like, or be scared, or have us like think we're going to see what it is and then never see it, like Bird Box. Like,
oh God, yeah.
That drives me crazy.
Yeah, I've always appreciated the less is more, or the you're more scared by what you don't see, but Bird Box is too much for me.
God, I'm sorry, that film was horrible.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry.
Apparently the book is a lot better, though.
Yeah, well, books are usually better.
True. But as far as this one goes, I mean, it's not even like there's any hints of what's about to happen. She just starts getting into it. Like, just one night, someone breaks into her house, and from there, it could go into any number of horror movies. Like, oh gosh, what was it called with the deaf lady? Hush, which was a really fun one. Or just when a stranger calls, or any other.
I haven't seen it yet, but they break into this blind guy's house.
Oh gosh, I know what you're talking about.
Get revenge on them, or
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know if he's trying to get revenge or he just happens to be a killer and they break in his house, but I don't know. I want to see that, and that's kind of the vibe.
That one gets real fucked up real fast. It's such a good movie.
I want to see that. We should review that this month. We've got horror films all month for you guys.
Oh hell yeah. Yes, please. You are 100%. Don't Breathe. Yeah. No, wait, is it Don't Breathe?
I think it is.
I think it is Don't Breathe.
I think it is Don't Breathe. Hi Frankie, by the way.
Because he's blind, but he's got like certain skills from when he was in the military, and he's a messed up guy, but he's doing messed up things for very otherly messed up series. Or reasons, not series. I was looking at Frankie's comment. Want to talk Chucky series? We can get onto that too. So Don't Breathe, Chucky, and Exorcist 2, obviously, because that's coming out.
Oh shit, that's right.
We gotta do that. Maybe I'll hit up Eileen. Maybe she'll be willing to be on the show.
Sure.
So I'll definitely ask her. If you guys don't know, Eileen Dietz was the Pazuzu demon throughout the original Exorcist, and she's just all around cool person. So just a heads up. Gosh dang it, back to the movie though. So there's a break-in, and at first you only see like a silhouette of a thing,
right,
or of a creature in the movie, quote unquote. But to her, I think at first it just looks like a person broke into her house.
Yeah.
Scared.
And the fact that she doesn't have a firearm.
Middle of nowhere. Yeah.
Like if you're in the woods and you're a woman alone in a home, you're not going to have a gun?
Well, this is a lady who lives in a what are you talking about? Or she sleeps in a full-on nightgown by herself.
That was weird. That's weird.
Like, she's not a normal person. She's repressed some shit. She doesn't talk, and she's writing letters to people we never see her talk to. Like,
that's
I forgot
true.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah. The letter writing. Oh, her whole. Okay, this was weird too. This little town she set up. She's building the town that she lives in her living room with like those little, at the Michaels, you see those little houses, like the little Halloween villages. Yeah. She's building that of her own town, like trying to almost create this life that she wishes she had, because you did mention, and we'll talk about it, like the people out in the town don't like her. They don't want anything to do with her. So she's like in her own little world, building her own home, her own town, the way maybe she feels like she should live it.
Yeah, because it's only a brief scene. There's not much to it, but she smiles at people and they just either ignore her or they like give her dirty looks and then ignore her.
Yeah.
And there's no reason given until much later on. Yeah. And then it makes sense, at least to an extent.
Right. So, of course, when someone breaks in, and then because someone does break in, and then she has this fight. Oh my God, let's get into that.
Yes. So right away we see Alien. Like there's no dancing around it.
Right away. And with the budget, we will, special effects are not going to be fucking millions and millions of dollars. Okay. Just go into this film knowing that you're not going to see like the best, but it's decent for the budget. Pretty good.
Yeah, I would say budget wise, I'm gonna look it up real quick because I believe it was a low budget.
Yeah,
but I thought they did really well.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't get like I'm not saying don't get your hopes up, but like don't get your hopes up if you're looking for like match. Like this is a lower budget film. Of course, you're gonna get low budget special effects, which I'm okay with.
According to Wikipedia, because IMDb does not have this on there, $22.8 million.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's not huge by any standards anymore,
right,
but it's not insignificant. And I think they did use a lot of that straight to these special effects because there's one part, especially, I think you already mentioned it, the weird feet.
And it makes sense if there's only just a few actors. They could spend all that money on the special effects because they don't have to hire as many actors
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
No. There's only like 6 or 7 townspeople, right?
Yeah. So they, I'm sure most of that budget did go to special effects.
Definitely, it was well spent, and the location itself was pretty dang beautiful.
Yeah, I would love to live there. It's pretty dope.
Fuck yeah! Like I liked her outdoor setup with the lights and stuff. Like she
Mhm.
took care of it at least for being, or for having no one to share it with. She at least kept it up.
Right. Oh man, I bet the maintenance on that place, if you can barely get anyone to come and work for you.
I know. But so first night of action, she's getting manhandled by this telekinetic alien. Very, again, the regular
Typical,
gray.
Yeah, like a little gray man, but like a how
One
tall
of the talls.
would you say? Yeah, like a taller one.
Yeah, it's a tall gray.
Tall gray, that's right.
But the interaction's a little off because it seems like he doesn't really know what he's doing either to her. Like it's not malicious, but it's also like he's in control, like he wants to be at least. And he underestimates her because at one point, what happens?
Going over on him.
Yeah, she holds up a little. It was like a part of the building, right? One of the buildings. And he decides he's gonna spin her around real quick with his mind powers, and then shank, he gets brained right in the fucking head, which is awesome.
That was pretty cool.
It was. I was like, oh, don't do that because you're gonna make it worse. But at the same time, like he just messed up her little town, which she worked really hard on. So
yeah. I'd be pissed.
You
it's
did.
Like, oh, you want to knock down my sandcastle? Okay.
Now you don't have a brain anymore. But obviously, night one goes to her, but then she tries to call the police. It seems like they have destroyed her communications.
Yeah, her electricity's fogged.
And so what do? Get out of town, right? Go hop on a bus and book it. Get out of there.
Right.
Can't do that either. Can't do that.
Because apparently there's an invasion.
Which was...
It wasn't just her home.
Now, to you, did it look... It was like worldwide looking thing, right?
Yeah. It seemed like it was happening everywhere because multiple people on the bus that she was on had been infected. Because it's like I guess we find out later that it's like a parasite that they infect you with.
Yes.
Like invasion of the body snatchers kind of situation.
Yeah. Which I was a little like about because like that's a real what's one? The Matrix, Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Like infect and invade is kind of played out a little bit, I think.
Yeah. Like even the latest Suicide Squad movie pretty much did the same thing where it hooked onto their face, took over the body, So it's just constantly used, and I get why they did it because then it makes sense for the plot later. So just hold on to that. Richard, I don't think I've ever seen that one, and I'm gonna have to now.
What?
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
No, that's funny though.
That's gonna happen. I'm gonna watch that. So she goes back to her house. She tries to board it up as best she can because the front door's been ripped off. She like Lauren said, she doesn't have any weapons, so she starts boiling water and just doing whatever she can. Which, if you don't have anything, I guess hot water is gonna hurt real bad. So smart.
What you do is you boil water and sugar.
So it sticks to them. Fuck.
Anybody breaking into your house, if you don't have a weapon, which you should, but if somebody's trying to hurt you and you have time, which,
she had time.
Like you may have time in certain situations. Like if someone's breaking into your house, you don't have time to boil water and sugar. But I'm saying like, if you got time.
You could be like my grandma and leave beans on the stove at all times so they're hot. And then you throw the beans on them.
Just keep everything on a low setting all the time. Just add more. That makes sense.
She did that from the time I was a baby till I became an adult, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. Thank you, Grandma.
Slightly off topic. There is like a soup that they have or like a stew somewhere in I don't know what country, but the soup is like hundreds of years old. They just keep adding to it, and like it's been boiling for years and years and years, and it doesn't go bad because they like take things out and then they just add things, and it stays on a constant, like it's always cooking, so nothing's ever burnt. Like I don't know, it's weird.
Oh, okay. I had to look it up. I have
like
this,
a forever stew.
This scary pot of soup has been cooking for 45 years.
45.
It's in Bangkok. Does that sound familiar, or is maybe this is a different story?
That sounds familiar.
It looks delicious.
You know, that's not the only place that has it.
Oh, I'm sure there's others.
Yeah, like a European country, but it does sound familiar as well.
See, I got.
But yeah, I don't know. Perpetual soup.
I like that idea. Dang it! I'm only getting. I'll have to look this up more in detail later. I have a 100-year-old potato soup recipe, which is cool. You know, whatevs. I've got the top 100 soups. That's someone took some dedication to do that.
Yeah, that's a lot of soup.
This one soup recipe could help you live 100 years. Maybe I need that. Damn it. Okay, I'll look it up later. Sorry, I don't want to distract us too much.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I want to live 100 years anyway. Don't look that up.
If I get to eat soup the whole time, sure, I'm down.
All right, so she basically headshots this alien, and then she tries to call the police, and then she tries to leave, and then the people on the bus are infected, which actually is smart. You wouldn't think that the first thing someone would do, like in a horror film or whatever, is want to leave.
Fuck out, yeah. That's why I like this movie, because she actually made some pretty smart decisions right away. Like, she tried to call the police even though no one talks to her. She tried to leave. She tries to use her car, but they fucked with all the electricals. Yeah. She's actually smart in a loner stuck in the 40s way.
Like, I'm glad that, not even that, for like a horror film or a film like this in general, most people in these films are like, oh, what was that? Let's go check it out. Not, let's get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? There's only like one person ever who's always like, I don't know, man, let's go. And it's usually the black dude.
And then they get murdered because, they never get listened to. And but this girl is the black dude. She is. Funny. And she's also protected because I'm pretty sure she's the virgin in this movie too. So boom, there you go. It's all the
Oh yeah, nobody likes her because she,
Yeah. Oh, we'll tell you guys in a second, but you gotta wait till the end. It's all the cabin in the wood tropes at once. Because there's no stoner in this movie, but there could have been the fool or whatever it was called.
I think the mailman might have been.
Little side note on that,
he was that idiot. First one to go, right?
He was straight up dumb. He was just stupid.
Yeah, he's probably the equivalent of a stoner. That makes sense to me.
yeah. Now I agree. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Trust me, I know these things. The way he was flinging that package around. Come on, dude.
I know. Just straight up, idiot's paradise because no one's watching him, so he's like throwing stuff around. Who cares whose this is? Just chuck it at the mailbox.
Right.
So, second night comes around, and she's obviously going to get visited again. And
yeah, she knows it too. Like, they're not going to just leave her alone after all this.
Oh, no. She arms up. She gets fire. She gets a box cutter utensil tool. She gets, like we said, the water, and then she nails blankets up to kind of cover the windows and then the big door opening. Mm-hmm. But the way it starts, I loved that, though.
I don't know. It's so funny because Joey was sitting with me and he's like, she should have used a drill.
Probably should have.
Instead of just the regular nails.
I mean, if you want it done right in that situation, you need a drill. Like, we've all seen Night of the Living Dead, and they push those boards off in like 10, 15 minutes after they're put up.
Easy. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, there's ways to make it
in there. Get a drill.
Drill. Just like we have to do to the environment, we need a drill. Okay?
Come on. Fracking.
We need more oil, all right? I am in favor of draining this planet and then finding another one. Anyway, they come in real fast, and they have the ability, they have the technology that they don't really utilize very well, but they do use it from time to time. Like they can pick stuff up with their tractor beams, and they can use their telepathic powers, but they are not like invulnerable, or they're not invincible. They don't go through walls and stuff. It's still grounded in some kind of reality.
Yeah.
And there's like three different kinds, right?
I think so.
Yeah. If besides the one that they put inside you to take over, there's a little one.
Right. There's a little parasite.
Yeah. Little.
That's the parasite they infect you with, and then there's the one with the weird feet.
Yes.
And then was there another one?
There's a short one.
Smaller one.
Yeah, that wanted to fight like straight up. Like he was like a dog basically trying to hit and punch and stuff. But it was not as smart, but it was a lot more violent than any of the other ones. And then finally it looked like one that was doing some crazy dance moves. It was like giant ass spider looking one, which
so
that
weird. You know, they made these aliens almost like a regular human army. Like they're gonna mess up, they're gonna make little mistakes individually. Like not everybody is gonna be, where you see like big bad scenes and stuff. Like in films, you see people dying on each side of the background. Like they don't always know how to fight. I don't know. I think that was kind of interesting that they played these aliens out to be like that they're not all like powerful.
That is a good way to look at it. I like that because I felt like they were a little too, like
they're a little clumsy.
Yeah, and they weren't very focused because they got distracted real easy. Like, oh man, why does she have this little town she built? Oh, why does she have a picture of this little girl with her as a little girl? Oh, right. Yeah. And all this was just speculative, by the way, because they don't talk.
Right. There's no dialogue in this film.
Although they do click and like grunt at each other a lot.
They sound like I don't know. Like if they manipulated like the dinosaur sounds from like Jurassic Park and stuff. Like a little
I do like how they use the you can see it later on in the movie more than in the beginning, but when there's a bunch of them, you see their vocal cords and their bodies vibrating.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I liked that a lot. I think it's just because they're communicating up here. They're telepathically communicating. So all we hear is those noises while they hear the full information in each other's heads. I'm assuming, but oh my gosh, I have his name right here. I even messaged him. I was hoping he'd respond, but he didn't get back to us. No big deal, but whatever. Brian Duffield, which I'm a big fan of him.
The director and writer.
And he did another one called Of Love and Monsters, which was a really fun like adventure sci-fi movie. If you ever get a chance, it's pretty good.
Okay, Of Love and Monsters. We're gonna put that on one of our lists.
Yeah, that one's a lot of fun. But for this one, he did a couple interviews like with his opinions on how he interpreted it. But obviously, it's like, hey, I want people to kind of pick their own adventure situation here. Don't just get stuck with my ideas because it's still an art form and it's a really good one. Yeah, pick your own opinions. And his opinion on it was that these creatures, because how much he really liked the character Bryn, were by the end of it, as you can tell, like from the fighting and the tracing her down until the last moments, they actually come to understand her a bit compared to any humans around.
Well, yeah, and I liken that back to like people going to war. You can still find humanity in people like Vietnam. Like the soldiers didn't want, they started to kind of understand the enemy the civilians and all this stuff, like they kind of, some of them didn't want to even do it anymore. They're like, what the fuck? Like, we're hurting innocent people, and I don't know.
Yeah, with how brutal.
I like that little detail in this film with the aliens.
I definitely agree with that, and I think that's a really good analogy for each other right there. Something very human that I think any creature would understand that feeling. I really enjoyed this movie. Great, simple alien design, unique home invasion storyline, terrific lead performance with no doubt. She did absolutely great. Oh my gosh, Caitlin Dever. Gosh, there was another movie she was in. What the heck is it called?
I heard she was in a movie with Kristen Stewart.
Kirsten Stewart. Oh, I don't know that one.
I haven't seen it, but I was kind of looking her up a little bit, and I saw she was in it with her. I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Oh, have you seen? It's a comedy called Booksmart. Oh God, it's like it's a female version of Superbad for two girls graduating high school, and they are hilarious. They really did a great job. They do an acid trip scene that's hilarious in that movie, and Bryn from this, who plays, oh God, what is her name? Amy in the other one. Okay. She is hilarious, really good timing, and obviously she's got a much wider wider a range of talents than just comedy, because I really believe that she's being attacked by aliens the entire time. I think she doesn't know that they weren't real.
It's crazy how much she was able to get across with, and I think you already said it, like how much she was able to get out and like emote, I guess, with no language being spoken except for screaming.
And
her face, everything, I believed it.
Yeah. The tears, the confusion, the horror. And I totally agree with Gary. Why are we here in the first place type of mentality. I think that was like, why me? The entire time she's just like, she's tried her best to carve out this life for herself. That's not what she wants to begin with, because she's in isolation, and the entire town of people who are supposed to be there for her, the whole it takes a village to raise someone kind of thing, are not there for her. And as it finally comes down to it, she fights for her life as best she can. They clone her. She kills the clone. She kills like 3 more aliens, but they finally bring her on board.
But before we get to that part, I don't know if this was them getting into her mind, but they finally explain why people in the town are shunning her.
It's sad too.
Yeah. So I guess, okay, so Maud, the girl that Bryn has been writing letters to this entire time, was actually her childhood best friend. Excuse me. And they show a flashback of Maud, they're both fighting. These girls get into a fight, and Maud pushes Bryn down on the ground, and then Bryn is angry, and she grabs a rock, and she hits Maud over the head and inevitably kills her.
And like what, 8 or 9 maybe?
Children.
Yeah.
So the entire town just shuns her because of what she did as a child. And then you find out that the town sheriff, was Maud's dad. And that's why even if she was able to call the police, he probably wouldn't have helped her.
Yeah, true. And real quick for Gary, it's No One Will Save You. It's on Hulu right now. Sorry. It is brand spanking new. Like, this came out maybe 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, September.
Yeah,
22nd. Came out on the 22nd.
Oh God, so like 2 weeks ago. My goodness. I'm really glad we went with this one first, because there are a lot of great horror movies out there, but I like to talk about something fresh with you guys and get your opinions on them. And gosh dang fly, sorry.
I know. I got fruit flies in my house right now. I don't know where they're coming from, and they're everywhere right now.
I think they're trying to survive getting cold outside, so they're trying to get inside. So you got to murder.
Nightmare. They're literally everywhere. They're all over my bathroom. I haven't had a problem this bad since summer, but I think it's really warm today.
Yeah, it was lame.
Warmer than usual for October.
It was. I think it's the aliens coming to help out. Hey, Jordan, what is up, brother? We're just talking No One Will Save You, the new horror movie, sci-fi horror, over on Hulu right now. We got to get a Tubi one in there, too, if we can, if we have enough Thursdays.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Actually, I have my calendar right in front of me. So we have we only get 4 Thursdays this month, but we get a Friday the 13th this month in October. Can you guys believe that?
We got to do Jason.
Friday the 13th in October. We've got to. I got to get my Tumblr, my Jason Tumblr. Ooh. I got to get my Friday the 13th shirt. We can do it. We got to do it.
Yeah,
we can come on.
If I can figure out how to set it up in time, I've done it before, but I haven't done it with StreamYard. We should play the Friday the 13th video game. Boom. Scurry.
Is it?
It seems pretty fun.
Oh man, I always get scared playing video games like that, like where I have to where it just feels like a lot of pressure. I like adventure games like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. And the Senate on Dreamcast from the 90s. That's the shit I like.
So Jason versus Myers is happening. Wait, is that really happening?
What? If that's true.
Oh, someone, yeah.
Whoa, is it? Sorry, I'm stretching.
Yeah, I hope it is. Gary, more details, please. And Richard, the Soska sisters have a movie called Festival of the Dead that is coming to Tubi. Not sure when. I'll have to check that out because I love Of the Dead movies.
I know they're your favorite.
They really are my favorites. So I have no doubt they've done something great with that, and I cannot wait to check it out. Especially if it's on Tubi. I friggin' love Tubi. I don't care that there's commercials. They're usually super short.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah. No, you guys pitched it. Oh my gosh, I would absolutely do it.
Did we pitch it? I don't know. We might have.
I'm down.
It might have been in one of those versus things that we do. I don't know. Who would fight who and I don't know.
I would be 100% down to make a it would be Jason and Myers versus Freddy and Chucky. That'd be my movie. Boom, right there.
Wow.
Fan service raise.
I'm telling.
Hell yeah, brother. Cigars at Cinema. Have some fun with that. Yeah. Cannot wait.
Fun.
The heck, where were we though? We left off.
So we found out why her friend was, or why the town
kind of hates
her because she killed her friend.
Yeah. And
she's been writing letters to her friend ever since. That must be fucking heartbreaking over just a fight with your friend when you're a kid, an accident. I'm sure she meant to maybe hurt her. I don't think she meant to kill her.
No, it's a child, just being angry with another child.
Oh, I got a rock, I'm gonna fucking hit you with it. Because kids don't, their frontal lobes aren't fully developed. They don't make rational decisions. This
is 1,000% different from, little girls, one pushes one and the one gets hit by a car or something versus those two little girls who try to murder their friend because of Slender Man,
Oh, God. Yeah, that is not the same.
Yeah, so she's not crazy by any means. She just is left socially awkward because the only person in her life was her mother. And then we see that her mother died years ago. So she's all alone. Okay, no, 3 more side stories. We got to go with this real quick. Halloween reboot. No, thank you. Don't do it again.
No, stop rebooting films that are already good enough. Leave them the fuck alone.
Halloween Ends was close to good enough. I don't want to see it made again. I didn't think it was that great. I liked the first one, and then Halloween Kills.
I do like that Rob Zombie is I'm gonna make a fan film like my own, like I like these, so I'm gonna do it myself, but it has nothing to do with this franchise. Like that I love. I'm obsessed with that. I wish I would do that and be like, this is just my take on it. It's not a reboot. It's not the same. It's just what I wish maybe would have happened. Or I like this film so much, I want to make it myself.
We need more money for that kind of stuff because that would be so much fun.
That would be so much fun. I would like to do so many. You know what I would like to do? A fan film of. I really liked Evil Dead.
Yeah, there's so many places that could go.
Oh my god, I love that movie. And I think it would be fun to do like a fan film of it. I mean, of course, the Child's Play franchise is my favorite, but that's not something that I could do. That's not something we could probably do. There's no trying. There's no way.
Let's just go for it. No worries. Jason versus Predator and Freddy versus Pinhead from Hellraiser. You know what? And then I'm going to go into Jordan's comments here real quick. I would do the Jinn versus Pinhead. That would be my movie. If we rewatch Wishmaster, blah, blah, blah. Rewatch Wishmaster. If you have a chance, guys, it is free on Tubi right now. And you will see they cross over so much with just slightly different powers and slightly different motives that they'd be like the perfect, like, one up each other movie. The Jinn versus Pinhead. It would be the Demonscape versus the Leviathan. So it would be good. Very good. Reminds me when my older brother hit me with a 2x4 with a nail on it. Oh, yeah, that's they go too far, but it's supposed to be a joke. Yeah, that's too far. Saw X, went with your wife, gave it 8 out of 10 cigars. Enjoyed it. I gotta watch it then. I did not enjoy the Saw movies after the second one or third. They just kind of got too ridiculous for me and like too much of a money grab. So I'm open eyes.
I really liked just the first one. That's it.
First one was great. It's great.
Perfect.
Yeah, that ending, the twist, spot on. There were some other good endings though. I liked the one where the boy's in the safe the whole time. I forget. I think that was number 2 or number 3.
I think that was 2.
Yeah. Either way, it was.
And it was in a different building, but in a safe place.
Yeah. It's like they had some stuff to tell still, and it was good. It was very good. I appreciate that.
I think they should have left it at 1 and 2.
They could have probably, or keep the trilogy because everyone wants a trilogy. You know, get your.
Oh movie. Yeah, that's true. A trilogy just feels more complete.
Was that Frightmare didn't get to see him because everything going on? Yeah, no, I remember. Yeah, but he was really cool though. Like I just in passing, he seemed super friendly. I didn't get a chance to go say hello either. That was that this year? I don't remember. I don't know. My brain mixes the actual event itself so much.
Yeah.
I love this one better than anything.
I'm gonna be able to go. I hate missing now that I've been twice. Like, I would hate to miss it again. It just really sucks. I hate not being able to go.
No, I get it. Yeah. It's we gotta make sure. Still haven't seen Talk to Me. Need to see it. Heard good things.
We should do that this month.
Add that in there. Add that to the list.
Yeah.
We could do a double feature night, like Talk to Me and The Exorcist or something.
That'd be cool. I don't mind doing that.
What do you call it? And then, all right, definitely we'll try to watch Saw X as soon as we can too, just in case. Never.
Because I will forget.
Yeah, throw them on the list.
All right.
Finalize it as we keep moving on. What the heck is this? Oh, okay, no, we're live over there. That's what it is. Okay.
Okay, so we left off. Basically, they feel sorry for her because they found out the truth about what she did to her friend, and I guess they want to just let her go.
Here's my question for you though. The right before they take her onto the spaceship, and right before they, kind of have that connecting moment where they find out why she's the way she is, she gets stabbed in the gut like twice, and so Do you think that the ending that we get is real, or she's just having like a she's dying dream? You know.
I think the ending we get is real because I think they heal her and bring her back because they see, now that they understand her, in my opinion, I think that they see she just wants to be normal, that she feels bad for what she did, but she's been shunned from society. So they put her into a society where she's able to live the life that she deserves.
I like that. That's
I don't.
exactly
Yeah,
what
I don't think it was a dream. I think they actually really felt sorry for her, and even if it is fake, it's better the world that she was living with alone in her home, building a fake little town. Like, they just essentially shrunk her and put her in her little town and gave her the life that she was dreaming of this whole time. Yeah, and I really love that.
Yeah, for those who when she gets taken off the spaceship and she lands, she's actually smiling, and the last scene is the townspeople at her home dancing with her, like Lauren was talking about. She was practicing dance moves, and now she finally.
At the very beginning, yeah, she was dancing by herself, and she had little steps on the ground so that she could, figure out which way to move and which way to walk and all these things. And yeah, like, it turns out at the end she's able to dance and have physical human connection with somebody.
Yes, I love that, but there's still no dialogue, so I'm like 99.9% sure if it's not just her dying dream, coming true, it is the aliens are controlling everyone still, because at no point did they release anybody else that we saw, and she's the only one who ever was able to break the control. Everybody else was already like hook, line, and sinker, like they were done.
Yeah.
So I think the aliens gave her little dream town, and they took over the world. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the part where I mentioned earlier where she says, "I'm sorry, Maud," was, of course, in the flashback. It's her saying to herself, because I think, didn't at one point, like in a weird dream sort of sequence, she sees her friend as if he would have been an adult? Is that right? Sorry. I don't remember.
No, I think you're right. Yeah.
For some reason, I thought that maybe she was shown a flash, or like a possible scenario where her friend would have lived as an adult, and they're adults together. And before that,
I thought that was the one where, like, right before she breaks the mind control, she was able to fix herself.
Yeah, and then she was like, "I'm sorry, Maud." And I think that part is where the aliens were like, "Oh man,
what the heck?"
I understand human emotions.
Yeah, which is never a good thing. You don't want that. But oh gosh, what was I gonna say about her? Oh no, I lost the spot in my brain.
Damn it! Did I do that?
No. It was about the flashbacks. Yes, no, you made me think of this. It was a point that I wanted to bring up. There is a scene where she gets caught by their beam to bring her up, and they like pick her up and drop her a couple times in the house. And like they told her to put the parasite inside of her, and it's all in a red light, and all the flashbacks are in red. I did not care for that. This is just more of an artistic side of it. The plot was fine to it. It's just that they used the same lighting to signify the flashback and the tractor beam, which are two really different things. So, especially because they had a white one too at one point that pulled up another human being. They dropped him. They used it to pick up one of their dead aliens. But when it was her, it was a red one. And then they had a red flashback scene 4 times maybe. And it just doesn't it doesn't work aesthetically, because the lighting they did so well. It was beautifully lit, but they could have just used different colors to coordinate certain things. That's all. Okay. Not that it's a bad thing.
Sort of like up like this lights are this sequence and these lights for this sort of like message we want across. That makes sense. Yes. I do love the use of like lighting and colors and stuff. especially in it's not, but well, I mean, I guess depending on what side you're on, it could be Breaking Bad. Their use of like and just different lighting to kind of foreshadow things or like look for specific characters. In purple all the time, and like Skylar like lighter colors and like I don't know. It just I like that kind of thing. I love when people do that in films and shows.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I think it adds a layer of depth that people understand subconsciously. It's not like right in your face. It's not like they're wearing a uniform technically, even though that kind of works too. You know, certain colors creates
like in cartoons, you're dressed the same every single time. You can recognize the character, but like I like in live action where you scenario from day times they use lighting and colors to kind of move their story along or portray them a certain way. I don't know. I find that shit fascinating.
No, I agree. I definitely agree. If you look at a lot of 70s movies, the Technicolor phase, it might have been, well, beautiful, right?
Did you freeze?
No, I break it up a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, internet's giving way on us. Either way, I think we talked way more than I thought we were gonna on this one.
I was like, well, there's not a lot of detail in this film, and then we start talking about it, and I'm like, holy shit!
Works out. But,
you know, see, that's the thing about discussing things with other people, like because in my own head, I'm like, you know, whatever, and then I talk to you, and we point out things. I don't know, so much fun.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But give me your 1 to 10 ratio on this. What do you think?
I'd probably give it an 8.5.
I think that's solid. Oh snap! Maybe Richard's
solid
right though.
8.5 for me.
Aliens.
Uh-oh. Yay! Sound like us talking about stuff.
Whenever I think of aliens though, interference, I always think of the Mars Attack aliens though. It's always my sorry. Even after this movie, it's always Mars Attacks. I give this one a solid 9.5. I think I really enjoyed it. I was expecting here, you know, right at my mustache, and I got past my eyebrows. All right, it was good. It was really good. All right.
I don't know. It was, and I mean, like I said earlier, I think it could have been a short film. I don't think they needed all of those fighting scenes. I don't think they really made a whole lot of sense. But I don't know. That's just me.
What do you call it? I appreciate them just as a, even if I'm like not paying attention to this movie, I can watch it on the background, you know, like just for colors and shit. Anyway.
You could just hear screaming in the background the whole time. She does scream quite a bit. I will say, this poor girl's lungs and her. I hope she had all the hot lemon water and
a little bit of honey tea,
because holy shit, she was screaming a lot.
It's good.
Her, you know what? If we're just going off acting alone, 10 out of 10 for her.
Yeah, she was perfect for this.
She was amazing. Perfect.
Like
not a step out of place in my opinion.
I agree. Well, let's wrap this up. What do you want to do next week? Which one are we gonna do, Lauren?
Let's just get to I have a few that we're talking about.
Okay.
And there's two. They're talking about one of the Saw movies. What? No. I'm trying to go back through the.
It's all right.
I guess we'll start with the extras too, and extras, and we'll go on from there. I know Friday the 13th, which is day after the so Thursday, the 12th, next week we have extras, and maybe we might have something too. So
right.
let's talk about that. You guys for sure.
Yeah. All right. I like it. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, send in your suggestions. You film suggestions, and on the show next week, maybe we can do a little draw and do the next topic. I think that would be fun.
I'm down for that.
Just send stuff.
Send us.
Looking at the 19th.
Okay. I think you're breaking up a little bit, but I think I got all that. All right, folks. Send us some stuff, and then we'll try to get it all in.
All right. Bye, ghouls.
Have a good one, guys. See you Thursday.